So the thing about night one, because I was in the building and Dave was watching on TV from we had a suite, and he was like, "Man, this show was not very good. The crowd sucked." And I was like, "No, this crowd was great. They weren't hot for the New Day match, but like everything else, they were into the show." And then the next night, it was like, "Oh man, the crowd's a lot better tonight." And it was like, no, the crowd was almost exactly the same. So I think there was something about how they mic'd it
Right.
on night one where it came across as like a bad crowd, but it wasn't. So night one was it was a fine show. I wouldn't call it a great show, but the main event was fantastic, and the place went wild for the main event. The
And that's the
three-way.
most important thing, right?
Yeah, they were really into the idea of Roman, Paul, and Seth, and who was going to end up with Paul Heyman. But even though, like, you would think that everybody would know there wasn't going to be a finish until Paul chose somebody, they still were going crazy for all these near falls. Like,
Right. Well,
long
it was a
before the
great
finish.
match.
Yeah, so they were really invested in the match, and it was the best thing on night one by far. And then night two was great all the way up through the Logan Paul match.
Right.
Logan Paul match with AJ. This was the first Logan Paul match I've ever seen where people didn't see him as anything special. He was like just another heel. They weren't into the feud, and they were starting to get tired, and so they didn't care all that much about the match. And
You think
then,
part of it could have been, Brian, that they really didn't do a real good job in building it up because it was mostly just promos. Like
yeah, there
he
was
never
I mean,
he never wrestled. Yeah.
no, there was nothing about the match where it was like it is really important who wins.
Right.
Like AJ
There's
wins,
nothing
what does
at
it matter?
stake.
Logan wins, what does it matter? It doesn't matter. So that's kind of how the people watched it. They were just kind of quiet for the match. And then the main event was, can I swear on this show? I mean, you're on,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
of
presume
course,
I
yeah.
can.
Yeah.
Fucking terrible.
Yeah.
I mean,
Really?
I've been to like over a dozen Manias. It's the worst Mania main event I've ever seen.
Wow.
I mean, the wrestling was terrible. The finish sucked.